to the Good Nigerian House.
I am Rootsman Ogbo. I'm a Nigerian patriot who believes that the interests of Nigeria should come first as far as we Nigerians are concerned. That is my philosophy as far as pan-Nigerianism is concerned. Thank you. The real problem of Nigeria, if you ask me, is the inability of Nigerians as a people to answer the Nigerian question correctly. In other words, the failure of Nigeria to promote, or rather to live in unity and faith. Maybe I should introduce this. Contrary to popular opinion, the Africans, and by contraction, Nigerians, lived in a very civilized society, united society before the white man came. Then the system was so simple, was sophisticated. There was brotherhood, there was unity. Until the white man came, the thing fell apart. So to put Nigeria together, to put the about 500 sub-nations in Nigeria together to form a giant country is simply the Nigerian question. The inability to do so have brought us to where we are. Thank you. You will know very well that when a man misbehaves in character or in whatever form, you will naturally say there's something wrong with your head. To that extent, the trouble with Nigeria rests squarely with the leadership. The father of African modern literature, the late Professor Chinua Achebe, wrote a book after some 21 or 22 years after Nigerian independence, titled The Trouble with Nigeria, in which he lays squarely the problem or the trouble of Nigeria on the inability of Nigerian leadership to actually harness the very vast potential, human and natural, in Nigeria to arrive at a great nation. You will not blame Achebe, but later on, few years later, Professor Wole Soyinka, another great writer, concluded that the generation of Nigeria, which was golden at independence, had become wasted. He called it wasted generation. I remember that was his interview with BBC Hard Talk in 1984. What I'm saying in essence is this. Before the white man came, we were united. When he came, he disunited us. The golden generation, people like Achebe and the rest, felt that independence should bring us unity. And indeed, Nigeria was born as a giant baby. And we exhibited two tendencies right from day one. And we even projected to be one of the greatest in 20 years' time. So it became disheartening when by 1980-81, Nigeria was still a toddler. This informed Achebe to reason correctly that the problem with Nigeria or the trouble with Nigeria is bad leadership. I don't think we can dispute that. To that extent, they are related. Thank you. When we conclude that the trouble with Nigeria lies with the political class, we'll be committing fallacy of reductionism. Because the political class is only an arm of the blind elites, of what the good Nigerians call the unholy trinity. The Holy Trinity includes the politicians, the Nigerian politician who has refused deliberately to live a life that is expected of him or her. To be sincere, the Nigerian politician is like a pest who has been given control of the farm. Because you can imagine how that farm will look like. On the other hand, we have the professional, the same P. The professional, be the engineers, be the accountants, lawyers, teachers, name them. Like they deliberately come together to make sure that Nigeria does not grow. If you ask me, they simply professionalize corruption and made Nigeria not to grow. The other arm is the priest, whether of traditional religion, whether of Islam or Christian. If you like call them pastors, they are the only 10 leg, the other 10 leg of P. They have ensured that Nigeria will not grow. These two P's, which I call the three evil P's, the politician, the professional, and the priest, have come together to ensure that Nigeria does not grow. So it doesn't really make sense to say that the problem lies with the politician alone, because sometimes you can't really draw a line between who the politician is, who the professional is, and who the pastor or whatever you call them is. They are the same when it comes to making sure that Nigeria does not grow. All of them put together, I call them blind elites. And when once the blind man leads you, like Christ said, their destination will be the pit. That's why Nigeria is inside the pit. So what we are saying is this: the solution to the Nigerian question is for Nigerians to see themselves as one, in other words, united and faithful. When once there is unity and faith, automatically there will be peace and progress. Don't forget, in our national pledge, we all pledge to keep Nigeria united. We say so many things and we concluded, so help me God. But we never kept the pledge. And not keeping the pledge means enjoining God not to help us. So if you ask me again and again, the solution to the Nigerian problem is for Nigeria to be united. We should stop all this north, south, east and west, Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, and so on and so forth. It never helped any society, because we are all one. We have to reenact those things that our forefathers played that kept the nations, kept the people in those eras one. Those things that fell apart, we just need to unite them. That is the solution to the Nigerian question. When one this is done, of course, the great giants will come out of Nigeria. Thank you. I think it should come next time. That is a philosophy which places the youths at the central of nation building. I think when we meet next, we should be able to exhaustively, enough, discuss the role of the youths, so that the youths will, for instance, know the opportunity they have, what I like to call change chance. You know, the challenge they have, the chances they have, change as charity, change as a choice, change as a charge. I think when they go through that, by the time we talk to ourselves, the youth will know that they have the power, and they alone have the power and really the opportunity to change Nigeria for themselves, so that we will not continue with this chorus of the youths are the leaders of tomorrow, when tomorrow is already gone. You can't be a leader of nothing. They must prepare tomorrow, on which they should preside over. Thank you.